Well, do I have a story time for you guys? Hello, I'm back home, as you can tell from my trip. It was an insane trip, and I have a story for you, and this is going to be a bit of a long coffee time with Mel, but trust me, stay to the end. It's worth it.
Oh my god, where are we going? Look at all the snow!
A little bit of road! Uh-oh. Okay, so that video, surprisingly enough, actually captures the exact moment that my friend and I got stuck on the side of a mountain in BC in the snow for like almost 12 hours. So buckle up, Buttercup, because this is a story and a half. So imagine a beautiful day in British Columbia, Canada. Off we go on an adventure into the mountains to go find some rocks. Not just like any rocks, like pretty rocks, like quartz, like good rocks. So we stop at a few places, we get some quartz, we get some I found some bloodstone, right? Some aquamarine, super cool, right? Found all this stuff. And up we go. And the maps on her phone is taking her down a road. And she says to me, Mel, I've never been down this road before. This is not the way I came last time. What do you want to do? And of course, Mel, in her adventurous soul, says, let's go on an adventure. Yeah, it was definitely an adventure. So we're coming around the corner. Here's the snow. Slide on the ice, nosedive, right into 3 feet of snow. And my friend and I'm in Converse, right? I had a hat, because, I always wear a toque, so I had my toque. And then we had, gorilla gloves, because we were, rock hunting, right? So we go off, and we start digging ourselves out. Ice. 3 feet of snow, fresh moose tracks. Now, for those of you on my page that don't understand the Canadian moose, the Western Canadian moose, let me explain to you about the moose. So that is a size 8 foot, and this was 3/4 of the size of the moose track. So the moose track was about this big. So imagine an 11 or 12, size 12 shoe. Mama moose, okay? And here's the thing about mooses, mice. Anyway, they are vicious. They will attack you just for the fuck of it. They are Canadian, they are aggressive, they don't like the way you look, they're like, hold my beer. So after 4.5 hours of trying to dig out the car, jacking up both sides, putting a bunch of wood, hold on, let me get a picture for you. So after we did this, and you can see the tracks of the wood trying to get up this embankment or this hill on this road full of ice, we were tired. It is now 5:15. We are on the side of a mountain. We have SOS called. Trust me, we tried. We were in a dead zone. So since we were in a dead zone, the SOS from the car, the SOS from my phone, the SOS from her phone was not going through. And we're getting cold, and we're like, okay, so we have 2 donuts, an apple juice, and a bottle of water. It was an adventure. So we walk 2 kilometers down the mountain in soaking wet Converse. And as we're walking down the mountain, all of a sudden, my friend's phone starts to ring. The SOS has gone through. We immediately stop and 911 is on the phone, okay, which is emergency services. For those of you that don't know, in Canada, 911 is emergency services, okay? And so here we are on the side of the mountain. We finally got emergency services, and they're like, do you want, what city? And we're like, we're not in a city. We're in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, she couldn't hear us. We could barely hear her, okay? And my friend had to lean towards me because, of course, we took down the information of where the car was. It was called lean to the right road. Lean to the right road. I shit you not. Mile marker 21. Which is a good number, which comes to a 3, which is my life path number. And I don't care if I'm spiritual or not, or I don't care what you believe in. I swear somebody was looking out for me that day. So she leans in to get the information from me of where the car is, and the lady couldn't hear her. So literally there was a 1 foot by 1 foot square where we were getting service on the side of the mountain, but this was our view. Gorgeous. So I was taking in the sun. I was like, screw it. You know, I'm going to make the best out of this situation. I'm going to fill my soul with the energy of the mountain. And we just moseyed on the rest of the way down the mountain with fire search and rescue on their way to come get us. 2 hours later, and almost 3 kilometers of walking, we get to a junction in the road, which is the logging road that hits the dirt road that goes down the mountain to the main highway. We sit because we needed to sit. And we didn't want to go much further because we didn't know which way the police were coming from or our rescuers. So we sat. And then we heard a car. There was a car. Guys, we weren't even there 10 minutes and there was a car. Okay? And these 2 ladies, and my guardian angels, our saviors, arrived. And like, if they ever see this, if you guys ever see this, if you were the ladies that picked us up, thank you. You have no idea. They had a massive 8-month-old chocolate lab in the back seat, and his name was Hugo, and he was adorable. They gave us a bottle of water. We told them what happened, that we were waiting for search and rescue, and they continued on their way, on their adventure up the mountain. 15 minutes later, they had hit the same snow we did, turned around because they had heard what happened to us, and picked us up and drove us down the mountain. So we're driving with the ladies down the mountain. We're having conversations. We find out that the driver knows a person that my friend works with. It's a small world. I got 2 new clients. I offered them a reading, obviously, to say thank you for everything. You know, they believe in crystals and they do all the same stuff we do. They were literally a younger version of us. And like, if we had had like my friend's dog with us, which we were almost going to bring, it would have been hilarious. It would have been like, it was like a polar universe, guys. Okay. So we get to the bottom of the mountain. We are stopped, parked on the side of the road, waiting for search and rescue. And arrives search and rescue. So phenomenal dudes. Okay. Rob and Bruce. So for any of you that know me, my partner's name is Bruce. And so that was hilarious. And he showed up in a Jeep, which my partner also has. And it was like a huge, crazy, like on steroids Jeep that was like phenomenal. And I was obsessed with the car and I was obsessed with the Jeep. And I had absolutely no idea that the person driving the Jeep was famous. I made a complete fool out of myself, but that's okay. So apparently the person who was saving me has a YouTube channel, and his name is Bruce Cook. I will tag him down below. I don't know if he'll ever see this, but him and his partner Rob, who were there helping, because Bruce is a famous motocross racer, and he does this for a living now, and I had no idea who he was, and I didn't even know his name until like later, and I didn't clock the fact that I was talking about my boyfriend Bruce the whole trip. And yeah, that was probably pretty funny to them. So we get the car, super nice guys, totally my guardian angels. My friend and I are so grateful. And then we leave, right? Because like they helped us like get down the mountain. We got down the mountain, we get on the highway, we're going to get gas and like stop for a minute and go, holy crap, we almost died. And like, this was insane. And like, okay, so let's take a minute to breathe. I come out of the potty and our guardian angel saviors are also getting gas. So we gave them cookie and pizza buns, wished them on their way as they were back up the mountain to rescue a Tacoma that was 10 clicks past where we were. Never a dull day on the mountain. So that's my coffee time with Mel. That was my Wonderful experience on the mountain, 12 hours in the snow. But honestly, guys, I got to see 3 baby moose. I got to see a beautiful raven. I got to see the gorgeous views. I got to sink in the mountain air. I do not suggest, though, for anybody, when you're going up the mountain on an adventure, 1, always tell everybody where you're going. That was our first mistake. 2, your SOS does not always work everywhere, okay? 3, bring snacks, bear spray, and like an axe or something that you can use to chop down wood, and gloves, okay? 4, don't drive into the snow. Just don't do it. You see snow, stop. If you don't have a 4x4, just don't do it. But I had a wonderful trip. Thank you to my friend. I love you so much. And it was kind of cool to get saved by a famous guy. So, win-win. Oh, and I got a ton of rocks. Look. Oh my God, they're so pretty. Okay, we have some mica pyrite. We have natural tiger's eye. We have a geode. We have some bloodstone pulled out of the river. We have some quartz. Look at that, guys. That is so cool. It's got veins of quartz going through it. Lots of quartz. Then we got some chalcedony. Guys, we have some agate. Look at this agate. This one's cut. This one I pulled out of the river. Super cool. Then we have some sea glass, piece of coral, some petrified wood, some opal, guys. We got some opal from BC. 1 piece. Where's the flash on this guy? This guy's so flashy. He's got rainbows. There he is. Look at that. Anywho, then we got these guys, which are a bunch of randos. And fluorite. Look at all the fluorite. Natural fluorite, guys. All natural fluorite. Look at that. Purples and greens and blues. Oh my.